the Inside Spot, Chicago's premier aquarium podcast. Let's give it up for our hosts, Kyle, Glenn, and Brandon Whitecap. This is the Inside Spot, Chicago's premier aquarium podcast.
What's up, everybody? It is a Saturday night. I'm feeling all right. We got Brandon, and we have a very special guest, Chi-Chi's Planted Dreams. You may have seen him on Facebook. He has got an amazing plant shop, and we are going to talk shop, talk smack, and have a great stream tonight, guys. I am very, very excited. So let's get into this. How are you feeling, Brandon?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I like the glasses, man. I'm digging the look, dude. For real.
I'm a little upset that the shirt's back on.
Yeah,
I just say.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever streamed with my shirt off, so I don't,
No, that would definitely bring more views.
And then, so this is Chi-Chi, and your name is Marcos, right?
Yes.
Marcos, yeah. So this is Marcos.
Chi-Chi's actually my dad's nickname.
Oh, okay. for sure, man.
Yeah.
That's
so
all right.
When I named it, I wanted to name it after my dad. Unfortunately, he passed before I got into this part of the hobby. So, it's kind of like a little memory thing for me. So now people call me Chi-Chi, and it always makes me smile because it reminds me of my dad. So.
No way, dude! I love that story, man.
So I start the show with some emotion, buddy.
Yeah, dude, that is oh man, I love that. So Chi-Chi's Planted Dreams. If you guys haven't seen him, I gotta get his Facebook link put up. Actually, it might have been in the description. I can't remember if I was smart enough to do that. But anyways, it's super easy to find. You go to Facebook, Chi-Chi's Planted Dreams. He's got an amazing website too. It's chichisplanteddreams.com, right? Super easy.
It's unfortunately it's down right now we're redoing a couple things, but I'll be back up next week.
For sure. So
I think this guy died.
Oh, Marco or Marcos?
Marcos.
Yeah, we had a question about that in the chat there. But I think Brandon was helping his daughter there. It sounded like she might have been choking.
Oh, I thought that was Brandon choking.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man, we can hear you.
Share the wealth, bro.
Yeah, no, Willow just woke up from a nap.
It happens.
Yeah.
How old's your daughter?
5.
Oh, man. My daughter's 11 and my son's 16 now, so I'm past that stage.
The wife is going to get the 13-year-old, so I got one that's 13 and one that's 5.
Oh, awesome.
I got a 9-year-old that's also named Willow too. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
One kid, just one.
Yeah, just one for now. Yeah.
One and done. Smart man.
But all right. So you have actually just finished a project that we're going to be getting into. That you guys, if you guys like paludariums, if you like plants, carnivorous plants, water features, you guys are gonna definitely want to see this, but we're gonna hold that off for a little bit because YouTube takes a little while to get these notifications out. So we'll get started talking a little bit about the story. We actually we almost started before we started the stream, which was I guess a little bit of an origin story to your freshwater part of the hobby. And
so basically, my family's always been into tanks, raising discus and angelfish and things like that. But I never really was into like freshwater. I think when I was maybe young, I was into like cichlids, but that's as far as my freshwater, experience went. I was always into saltwater. I live in Miami, so I go boating a lot, lobstering and diving is my hobbies, my other hobbies. I've always had saltwater tanks. So I had a big 300, I think it was like 320 gallon tank, and I had a lot of stuff in there. Well, probably at that point probably like $11,000 in corals and fish and stuff like that. And I went to get water from the store, and they sold me fresh water instead of salt water. So I did a water change. I mean, it's not entirely my fault, but I should have checked. And when I got back home, obviously everything was dead. So I stopped for a little bit, and then I came back to it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get myself a 32-gallon, one of those all-in-one JBLs. I think it was like probably 13 years ago. And I had a one room dedicated to my tanks, and I had a lady who cleaned my house, and I asked her, please, this is the one room you don't have to clean. So she decided to be above and beyond, and she cleaned the tank, she cleaned the room, she killed my tank, and then I was like, I'm done with the hobby. My dad lived in Puerto Rico, and when he would come over, it's always like, get my son some gifts, because he doesn't get to see him that often. So he was like, why don't you have a fish tank anymore? How do you not have a fish tank for this guy? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to get back into it of spending the money. And he bought him a 29-gallon tank. The kid was 8 at the time, and then obviously, the tank within 3 months was garbage. It was all nasty. And me being the saltwater guy, I'm like, oh, this shit's gonna be super easy. Because I feel like the saltwater people feel that way towards aquarium, freshwater aquarium people. And I couldn't grow shit. Like, I could not grow an Amazon sword. And then I started getting very frustrated because I started playing with my ego a little bit. And I'm like, I cannot, this is impossible. So I started reading about plants and learning about plants. And then I realized that there's a lot of color in plants, and in freshwater, there's a lot of options. And then I started looking at the aquascaping aspect of it, and that's what really drew me in. I was like, wow, this is fucking amazing. You can't do that in saltwater. You cannot build the stuff that, at least what I'm building now in saltwater. Corals are beautiful, and it's just basically rocks and corals, and that's it. You can't build the things you see these Indonesian guys build. It's amazing. So I started with a little 29-gallon tank, and one day my buddy was at my house, and I sold like a few stems. I think it was like $60 in stems. And my buddy was like, "Man, you really just sold $60 out of a 29-gallon tank? What if we get you more tanks?" And then he's like, "Oh, I'll put some money into it." And that's pretty much how Chi-Chi started. I'm no longer with him anymore. We're still friends. He's my boy, but life got in the way. So I started. It used to be Chi-Chi's Aquatic Dreams. Then I got into terrarium plants and stuff like that. So then I got me and him separated, and I started with Chi-Chi's Planet Dreams. So that's where we are now.
So you are actually a lot of the inspiration for kind of like what I do. I sell plants and like fish, shrimp, like locally, right? I don't have I don't do it online or anything. And watching your stuff, man, is what got me to start doing my terrariums. Like seeing all the stuff that you'd be selling, like these cool plants and just one of the people I was seeing, like, you do these it's like immersed grow bins, I think was what it was.
Yeah, I do
like
a lot of that.
The Rubbermaid bins and stuff, and I was seeing those, and I'm like, I got to give that stuff a try. And
it's amazing. Like, you can grow. A lot of people don't realize that most of the plants you buy are sold immersed to begin with. Mm-hmm. When they farm them, they grow them immersed. It grows faster. So a lot of the plants you buy already are already immersed. So you can literally just put a few bins together and have backup plants for whatever you put. So it allows you to experiment a lot more. So if you have, a very expensive plant that you bought and you grow it in the bin, and now you have 2-3 of them, well, now you can take one of them and say, okay, well, I'm going to shove this motherfucker here and see what happens. And if he dies, well, you got 3 more, and they're still growing. So you still have more coming where you can try to experiment other things. And if you look here, like all these plants, this is all my plants. These are all bins.
Nice.
I can't wait, dude. I'm like so excited to see. Oh. Uh-oh.
So,
No, yeah, you're good. It went a little.
It went out a little bit.
Yeah,
sorry.
But no, it's okay, man. No worries.
I don't grow a lot of things immersed. Most of the stuff I grow is immersed, and to me it's easier when I'm into really like paludariums now and terrariums, mostly paludariums because I love plants more than animals, and it gives you more options. So you can grow a million things. You know, you're not restricted to just plants that can live in water.
Yeah, dude, you have plants that like you just don't see, dude. Like you the variegated Nubius King, whatever, that freaking gigantic
This
one
one?
that had the marbling. Yeah, dude, I knew it was in there.
Yeah,
These
that's the one I want.
Dude,
You send me $650 and it's
Yeah.
all yours, buddy.
I was gonna say I think the price tag was like 700. Yeah, 650.
I'll say put my Venmo thing on your screen. I got you. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm kind of a snob, so I kind of like stuff that people don't have. So you know, I try to bring in cool shit that people don't see often. To try to separate myself from other people, and so you know, I bring in a lot of stuff from Asia.
Yeah, dude, you get like the boost is like the big thing that I think I've seen from you is like crazy boosters.
Yeah, most of those bins are boosts.
Yeah, dude. Oh, oh my god, we got
And
it.
you got some in my new setup. Let me show you some of the ones I got in there. There's some in there.
So
all
for
that.
a little bit of
All that
context,
boost.
this thing that we're looking at is just it was a close up of his latest project, which is this like just breathtaking paludarium, guys. Like
It's super awesome. Like I'm not a person to like pat myself on the back, but I'm very very proud of this project. Me and my buddy Paul.
yeah, Paul over there.
Packing a bowl or something. I don't know what he's doing back there, but me and him and my buddy Nick.
I'm getting you guys on the show here.
Oh, there you go. And then me and my other buddy Nick, we put this thing together. This whole, let me show you a little bit. So basically,
Hey, you can turn your phone sideways and it
Okay.
should go. Yeah,
There
and
you
then
go.
let me put you on solo so
Yep.
people can see this thing.
So
Look at
before this was just a pond, and I had another pond there, and then I built this little pond. I call it Pond Island. So this pond being fixed, and then there's another pond there, and I built this whole structure, and then these were all shelves for the bins, and I wanted to build a paludarium. And we were like, fuck it, let's just take the shelving and use it as a support. So we built this entire thing over the pond. We built these moss walls. There's another one there. And on my Facebook, you can see the whole progress. I've been hustling to get this shit done so I can show it off on the show. So today we literally just finished like 10 minutes, right? 10 minutes before the show. We did the whole back wall. And it has a missing system, which I can show you. Let me put it on.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's sweet. I like
Yeah.
the little head down there.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
God.
Bob Moss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then there's a mini Bob Moss too, right?
There's a mini Bob Moss right there. Where is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's hidden right in there. Yep.
Yeah. So like the guy that I buy bud from actually gave me that because it was in his like in front of his door, and I'm like, what are you doing with that thing? And he's like, I'm like, that shit's awesome. And he's like, you want it? I'm like, fuck yeah, I want it. So we got it. Oh, let me turn this shit off.
Our buddy Big
So I
Steve,
import-
I'm super happy to see you. What's that? Chi.
There you go.
Chi.
So we at the beginning, this was just really Bob Moss back here, and then I had a Monstera Albo behind him, and that was pretty cool. And then someone was like, dude, you should have water running over him. And I'm like, fuck, now I gotta do the water thing. So I'm like, so I put the fucking pump on, and then when I'm doing it, and this is why I don't even like to really look at the stuff I built, because every time I look at it, I think of some other stupid idea that costs money. And I'm like, you know, it'd be fucking awesome if this motherfucker had a beard of flame moss, because he has a pipe right there. I don't know if you can see it. There's a
Oh,
little
I
patch
never
there.
noticed that.
Yeah, you can't anymore because the shit grew over.
It's growing.
Yeah, so I, of course, I used the flame moss with the, flame, and then now I wanted to incorporate Bob into the setup, and I was like, and I'm not really into like, like unnatural things, but I really love Bob. So I was like, how can I put him in and make it look like a lost civilization type of thing? And I think we pulled it off pretty fucking good.
I
Dude.
think so.
Because you can like his face is just like fucking coming out, and it looks fucking awesome.
The other one.
And then this dude over here is like just chilling in there.
What I think really sets it off too is when you, like me, I've seen the evolution of it. So I saw it from just like the pond, and then I've seen like the steps of it, and watching the build really puts it in perspective how freaking awesome. And I know you were questioning that one up in the front there, the what is that, like papyrus or something like that?
Yes, and I think
yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah, and it looks dope, dude. Yeah, totally. Like
And
I was wondering.
I've actually got some papyrus seeding out, right, or not seeding out, but growing out right now in a little dish.
No, apparently I can make rolling paper out of this. So
Yeah.
so win-win.
All natural.
That's not the main fucking paper.
That's great.
I know.
Now, do you know how to propagate those?
Absolutely
I assume?
0%. I have zero idea how this plant works.
Okay, so
That's the type of research I put into all the plants I purchase. I have. I know nothing about it. I asked the dude, "Is it easy?" The guy said, "Yes." I bought it.
You're like, all right.
Kyle, you want to switch off full screen?
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
see how to get the fuck out of this thing.
All right.
Okay, how do I switch my? There we go. Oh no.
All right, so this is my papyrus I got going right here.
Oh, is
So
that
it's in this?
is that the
It's in the
dwarf
shallow.
one? Or is that the
no.
regular one?
It's just starting. So you got the heads, right?
Let me put you
Oh,
on.
there we go. There we go. Okay.
So
Teach
the
me,
way
teach me.
the way this stuff naturally produces, so it would be like this, and then over time they get so big and heavy that they bend and fall into the water. So the heads are in the water,
Oh,
and these are actually new plants grow. These are actually new plants
Yeah,
growing
no.
off the
fuck
head.
out of here.
That's so wild,
Yep,
dude.
and then
Nature's
there's the
so
roots.
wild. Nature's
The
wild.
roots just grow right out of the head.
So kind of like a hava fern.
Yeah.
I love the height.
They grow the little babies on the top of the leaves.
Yep.
Sort of, I guess. Maybe not, but kind of.
That
No,
is,
the thing's super cool because I wanted, I got the. Well, you can't see it now, but I got the pump behind it, and I wanted something to cover it, and I really wanted something to grow out of the water. I thought that was kind of cool. I've never really had plants that grow out of the water, and I went to the store and I know the dude there because I buy plants all the time, and he's like, "Man, I got you," and he's like, "This," and it's a dwarf one. It's not gonna grow any taller than this. So I was like, "Dude, that's fire!" And then I was a little nervous it was gonna be a little too tall, but I think it works great.
You got all those swooping
so
things.
we had actually somebody ask about Monstera guplets. Says, sell me some Monstera elbow, Chi-Chi. You got some? Or is that your friend?
No, I don't sell them.
No.
Maybe. Like honestly, I bought that a year ago, and I split it with someone, and it still hasn't grown. So I couldn't even sell it to you if I wanted to. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing wrong, but it's not dead, but it's not living. So I don't know, or it's not growing.
It's not expanding.
But there's some plants that I've had that that I buy and or I like propagate, and then they don't do anything for years, and then all of a sudden they just start growing. Plants are weird.
So, can we see some Buse, man? I gotta see some Buse.
Yeah, bro. Hold on. Let me close this thing.
It
So
would be-
I keep.
I'm
I'm a little low right now, but I keep all this stuff in bins.
so-
Let me see.
Yeah, put him. There we go. I'm gonna run downstairs and grab a drink quick.
oh, okay. Oh shit.
And there, and then
The
there's that.
the signal definitely got bad when we went back there.
It
Yeah, it got all. Oh, hey, you there?
I don't know. No, man. So can you see me or no? Can you see me or no?
Now, if your camera seems to have froze up a little bit.
How about now?
Yeah, I think you might have to move a little bit slower, or maybe
Okay.
bring those containers
the
up to
bins
the
in.
Oh
front.
yeah, bring me some bins, but check them first. Make sure that they have stuff in them.
But
Unfortunately, you kind of caught me. No, not that. Not the smaller ones. You kind of caught me on a time where I don't really have as much as I usually have. I usually carry about at least 40 different species, and all those bins that I showed earlier, those are all loaded with booze. But I saw a lot, so it goes by pretty quick, and I use a lot for my own. I'm like a bad drug dealer. I
dude,
get high on my own
I
supply
get
all the
that
time.
though, man. Once you have like
Well,
a
how can
good
you?
plant, like
Yeah.
you don't want to get rid of
Well,
it.
I was just talking to Paul about it. I was like, it's such a nice thing to have, to be able to build something and be like, I got all the plants at home.
Hey, so your camera is still frozen. Is it is it frozen for you too, man?
Yeah,
Nope.
Or is it just me?
it's frozen for me too.
Yeah. Jesus.
I'm at full bars.
Yeah, I think it's just frozen because of the StreamYard. It's probably fine on your end. Yeah, it's still frozen. God damn it. This is all right. You might have to pop out and pop back in real quick and then just oh no, hold on. We got you. We got you.
Got me?
Yeah, you're back there.
Okay. All right, let me flip the camera over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
let's
seems
see.
to be
So
a
here's some-
normal. It seems to be a normal thing with fish rooms. It's like once you get into them, the service just isn't great.
Yeah, water and cell phone signal just don't
Well,
seem
I'm also in my garage, but I mean, I have full bars, so I shouldn't have a problem. And my router's right next to me. I mean, close to me.
Mhm.
Let's see what else we got here. Here's some more booze.
Oh my god, dude.
Well, like I said, all these bins. I mean, there's a million bins that we can spend all night going through
So-
all this.
Do you have like a favorite strain or one that like I don't know, speaks to you?
Yes. Pandora and Venti are probably my favorite. I also have one called Crocodile that no one ever buys, but I like it. It's like let's see where it is. I gotta find it. Look, it's this one. And there's something special about it. I think it's really beautiful. Big chunk of this. Can you see that?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's got
Okay,
a
so
big-
that's got the long that's like a long skinnier leaf.
yeah, it's got the long leaves. It's pretty crinkly. It does really, really well in terrariums. Like I've noticed that some booze can live better with lower humidity. So those are the ones that I try to choose for my projects, because sometimes I'm lazy and I forget the mist. And so I use those specifically for a lot of my projects. And I like the way that it kind of makes like a little bit of it's kind of bushy.
Yeah. I had some Catherine eye for a little while. I think it was Catherine eye, and it's got like the
Yes.
same kind of thing, but much smaller, I think.
It's a skinnier leaf.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's a pretty one. It comes in green and black. I'm sold out on them right now, but I usually carry that one. I carry the dark Catherine, I carry the green Catherine, and I carry the mini dark and the mini green. And if you haven't seen the mini version, it's really nice.
I've got
Like
some of the
super
mini
small.
green.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're super cool, super cool. And then one cool thing about importing plants is you get a lot of like hitchhikers. So like, for example, like moose moss. I don't know if
Yep.
you've heard of it. Some people haven't.
I
But
have a little clump of it. Yeah.
I have some that came, and I put some in here. I don't know if you can see that or not.
No, it is, dude. For some reason, it is freezing up so bad, dude. I swear.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why, because it was
That's weird. Let me lose one. Can you see it now or no?
oh, hold on. All right, I caught up. I can see it now, yeah.
Okay, let me go back to it. Can you see?
Oh, okay.
So I have a lot of it, not a lot of it, but I have a good amount growing. So I put a little piece there, and this is exactly what I was saying earlier. I put a little piece there to see how it does, and if it sucks, then I know not to use it again. In at least in this, in this set humidity, because this whole thing's open, so keeping humidity is extremely difficult. Like keeping Boost Philandra in low or no humidity, or not no humidity, but like low humidity is very difficult. So you have to set your timers for your misters to go off frequently, or else it just doesn't work. It'll just dry up. Like I tried, look, I show you, I tried a cryptocorin, and it's just not working for me. See how the leaves get all fucked up?
Yeah.
So this guy's, I mean, I'm hoping I'm going to leave him there and see if maybe like the new growth adjusts to the conditions.
That's what I was
But
guessing, because it was probably in like a grow bin before, right?
it
And so-
was in
Yeah.
my bin. So like there's a huge difference in humidity. Huh? Open the door, maybe. I'm gonna open the door, see if that gives a better. So that the bin, when you do the bin and when you do an open paludarium, obviously the humidity is a huge difference. So you either have to fuck with the amount of missing it happens, and then some plants will do fine, and some plants won't do well. So for example, I have this hava fern that I sell, and it's not doing great.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I really wanted a big fern to come out this way, and I really wanted to try this, but this didn't work out. So far, it hasn't worked out very well. And another thing I wanted to talk about is also that I use a lot of like aquarium plants for my builds. A lot of people,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, that it's either terrarium plants or aquarium plants, and it's not the case. Like this is all aquarium. This is hava fern. That's Busphalandra, which I don't know why it's not used more in these builds. Let's see what else I got in here.
So hey, I actually got a question for you
Yeah,
from
what's
the
up?
crowd. I need an epiphytic, and this is kind of along the, I don't know if did you see the comment that I put up, or
Right here, bro. I got
Yeah.
you right here. I got
Yeah.
you right here. First of all, you can use Busphalandra. That's no, you can definitely use that in your tank, but there's also Aridarums, if I'm pronouncing that right. This one's called Sabertooth. I sell this one too, and it's the same as, it's the same, the same growth as Busphalandra. You can also use Anubias. These are all Anubias. I have Coffee Folia right here. It's not adjusting that great with the leaf, but honestly, we've had a leak for a while, so I haven't had the waterfall running. So I'm sure that makes a huge difference in the humidity. So I'm hoping that the new growth is better than this leaf I have to cut. But Aridarum is a great. They come in a million different types, but this is the ones I sell right now are Sabertooth and the mini. I don't have the mini's not doing great. I don't know why, but most of them are doing fine.
So now, wouldn't like a bulbitis work for that scenario too?
I got you, dog. I got you, buddy. Right here, Bobitis.
Yeah.
I got a Bobitis right here. I wanted to
Yeah,
see if it can grow out of the moss wall. I was hoping that the moss, the moisture from the moss will give it enough moisture to keep it going. And so far, it's doing great. I have no
Yep.
no
My
complaints.
buddy Tristan, he's got a big greenhouse that he does, and he's got Bobitis sweatoloti. He's got it just growing in his big sumps. Like, I mean, it looks like, grass growing out of a pond, like the big cattails. I mean, the shit's huge. It's just like, I mean, it's kind of cool.
It is very cool, and that thing gets pretty big. So if you grow it like in a pond, it will grow out of the pond and out, and it'll just keep growing. It's a cool plant.
dude, so I have a mini bulbitis mini.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So like I can't remember exactly what the fuck it was called, but I knew it was like it's a mini, some sort of mini
Mini
bulbitis.
leaf.
I have it
Mini
in
leaf.
the
Mini leaf.
terrarium right here. Yeah.
I sell them on my site too. I just don't have any at the current moment. I used to keep everything like in my pond. When I order plants, like all the excess plants, I used to just kind of keep them in the pond. And I got tired of just having it as like a storage. Like I walk into my garage and the first thing I see is like a plant storage. So I wanted to switch everything up. So I got a new pond that's going to be outside, and I'll update everybody on that pond, and that's going to be my storage pond now. And then I have these two other ponds here. This one I'm currently in the works of fixing up, and then all this crap's gonna get out of here, and I'm just gonna redo this whole thing that's becoming a mess. And then that's gonna be my storage. And then now I have this thing to walk into. Like I literally walk into my door, and this is the thing I see first. I can't think of anything fucking cooler than that.
So cool. And then, hey, for the ferns, I think asparagus fern would probably work too. You can get those feet pretty wet.
Yeah. You
grab one of
100%.
Yeah, asparagus
100%.
fern.
And that's not hard to find.
Yeah.
Most of the nurseries here sell that.
I was gonna say I got some downstairs.
Just coming in. I was pawn shopping. BB Brandon glasses making me want to watch Fear and Loathing, dude. For real. Definitely Fear and Loathing vibes.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
Yeah. Oh man. So, so is there any plants that you like specifically try to flower? Are you ever like doing those kind of things? Are you more of just about keeping them alive?
Well, it's funny you said that because I've been dying to get some flowering plants in this setup. I don't know shit about carnivorous plants. I'm trying to learn. So I have a lot of people that follow my page, and I will, ask questions about stuff I don't know. And I know a lot of the people that follow me, or everybody that follows me, has different. You can literally go on my page and ask about cats or rabbits, and there's always some fucking expert on that shit. So it's crazy. So I put about carnivorous plants, and I wanted maybe like some flowering because I know they flower. So a few people chimed in and said, hey, listen, you can grow pings and you're set up with the lights, how they are. So these plants will grow flowers, and I'm hoping that they do flower. And let me show you the ones that I just got in Friday.
All right, let's get you up on the solo real quick.
Look how beautiful that is. Can you see that?
Yes.
So these will grow a flower that extends pretty tall. So it's quite interesting enough from what I've read. The flower grows very far from the plant because the plant doesn't want to eat the bug that it's pollinating it, which makes sense. So you'll have a flower like maybe like 6 inches off the actual plant. And it actually brings a lot of pop into the setup. It gives it a little bit of color. Let's see if I can get a better angle. See that?
Yeah.
Like Bob Moss is crying a snail. That's his gang tat.
He's got the teardrop.
Yeah, you got the teardrop, bro. That guy's gangster shit. So yeah, so those are gonna see. We'll see if they flower or not. I've never grown them. I really don't know much about them. So I put them how they told me to put them, and I prayed that they work. And if they work, then I'll be buying more because I really think they're really pretty, and they come in a billion different types, like a lot, like it's crazy.
Do you ever get any of your buses to flower or anything?
I do. Yeah, they flower all the time. They flower in and out of water. A lot of people I'll sell them to them, and then 2 months later, they'll send me a picture and they'll be like, "Hey, is my plant dying?" And I'm like, "No, it's flowering." And they're like, "Oh my god, how cool!" I'm like, "Yeah, it's really cool."
That is actually my first reaction when I got the first bit of
Yeah, every time, bro. Once a month. Once a month, I get an email. I mean, a message on my thing. It says, "Oh, Tiji, help me! I don't know what happened. This thing just grew out of my plant." I'm like, "Yes, it's a flower. It's happy." They're like, "Oh my god, that's so fucking awesome." I'm like, "Yes, awesome." So But yes, it is. You know, if you don't know, then you see that shit growing, you're like, oh fuck, what did I do?
Oh man. So do you have any like plants that you've been chasing that you just can't get a hold of, or like stuff that you like I don't know, man. Everyone's got like those what are they called? Like holy grails, I guess. Or have you accomplished all of those kind of things? I mean, you're a man that seems like you got some connections for plants. So like,
Honestly, there's not any plant that I've seen that I haven't been able to hunt down and gotten for myself. So at the moment, not really. But you know, I've been
What's
getting more into the terrestrial like stuff, and there's a lot of like weird ass shit that I see that like belongs in Avatar that I'm like, I need that thing, you know.
what's
Like
your experience with?
sonorillas are like one. I've brought them in like 3 times. I can't keep them alive, so I keep trying. But if you look them up on Google, they're so sick. It's like I wish I had one to show you. They don't even look real.
What's
what were
your
you saying,
experience
Brenton?
with the Stardust Anubius?
Um, I don't really keep a lot of stuff underwater anymore. When I had it underwater, it did okay. It does really well immersed.
Uh-huh.
But I have buddies of mine that have grown them for years. So you know, I don't know. Like
Yeah,
it's a beautiful plant.
yeah, I just got some recently. I was just curious how tough it was going to be to keep it underwater.
I had mine for a while. I didn't really have a lot of problems with them. But I haven't grown anything really underwater like a rare plant in a long time, other than this guy. And this guy does great. I mean, this guy I've had for a while now, and that's probably that was my like what you said, the plant that I wanted to get, and I finally found a seller to sell them to me at the size that I needed them. So that's like I want to get another one and put it next to this guy. So I'm probably like in a few months I'm going to be doing that. So in this pond I'm going to try to grow. There's the rare stuff. I have some Anubias whites. I don't know if you can see them. There's so much tannin in here, but I can pull this out.
Yeah, my next question was going to be, what do you got currently for like variegated Anubias or Bucephalandra?
I don't have any variegated Bucephalandra at the moment.
Okay.
But I can get whatever. Like if you message me and say, hey, I need you to get me X, I get 99% of the time I can find it for you.
Okay.
So
yeah,
there's some like really nice. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my favorite boost that I currently have is the Marble Boost APC.
That's super nice.
Yeah, really cool plant.
It is very cool.
And it took a long time for it to kind of start growing, but now it's starting to get all kinds of growth. Like, I don't know, a year later.
and it's keeping the variegation.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
The
good.
new leaves that are coming out are actually a lot whiter too, so it's kind of neat.
Oh, really? Oh, that's pretty cool. I used to have. I lost it in a move, but I was growing in Merce a pink one. The variegation was like a pink marble,
Okay.
and that thing was stellar. But it died, unfortunately.
Huh.
But I have to find a new one. And I also keep a lot of. Let me see if I can see if my bins how they're doing. I'm like scared to open them. I don't know what the fuck you're finding. Oh, let's see. I got a bunch of like cryptocorin too. Can you see that?
Nice.
Some really cool stuff. Like the stuff here up here, I don't really sell. Like these plants are super awesome.
Ooh, that I like those leaves.
Yeah, those yeah, I'll put back. You can't. These don't grow underwater, but. And then I do have this cryptocorin. I may be like one of the very few people that have it. It's from Vietnam. I don't think it's available in the wild anymore. I have about 8 of them. It's not a great. They're not big enough for it to be beautiful, but they're super amazing. Let's see what else. And then I just moved to this new house, so unfortunately I wish I could show you all my old setups, but I can't. But this is one of my setups in a bin that eventually I gotta get back into. But like, look at this stuff,
Ooh,
man.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
My Gravia. I got some crazy little fern here. I don't even know what fern this is. And then this is like some, I forget the name. It's like a type of hava fern. It is a hava fern, but not hava fern. It's a, however you pronounce the Morisaricorum, whatever. But it's very small. Let me put my finger next to it. Look at the leaves. How small they are.
God damn it. Of course we lost you right when you couldn't do the
Of
size
course.
comparison.
I mean, no, you see me or no?
No, but I
That's
could see a
Fritz.
pot in the back, and it looks like that's about a 2-inch pot or something like that.
This here?
Is there like a black pot? I mean,
Oh, back there?
Yeah, you're froze up, so we
Yeah,
can't
you're
really
frozen
tell.
Let me
man.
move. Let me move. I guess the back of the garage doesn't work.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Sorry. Yeah,
Like
I don't know.
a-
Maybe a little far. So, but now the snail has moved.
And then I guess Jeff had suggested
Nice.
earlier when your camera freezes like that to switch cameras and then go back.
Oh, okay. Let me go back.
Oh,
Oh, Jeff, smart guy. Hold on.
Jeff is a smart guy. He is one of the OGs in the community around here.
Yeah.
Let me show you. All right. So, I don't know if you can see
Oh.
here, but it doesn't grow
No.
bigger than this. Nope. Log in.
It must not have worked.
Oh,
So
damn
fucking
it.
We
Jeff.
said Jeff. We said Jeff was smart before we tested his.
No, I know. All right. Now we
There
know.
we go. You're back. You're back.
Jeff,
Yeah,
Jeff screwed us.
Yep.
Well, regardless, the leaves grow no more than your like index finger.
For sure.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
And yeah, compared to like any other of those, they're I mean the average is like a foot, almost a foot long leaf. I mean,
Yeah,
these
they
are
get
big
huge.
for
They
kids.
get huge.
So that's a neat. I like mini versions of stuff. I don't know, plants that have
Yeah.
like
Me too.
mini versions of shit. It's cool
Me
to
too.
me. Huh?
And then I just
Yeah.
got another. I got another obscure Anubias the other day, and I can't remember what it was called. Something like blue. I can't remember, but it's really neat. It's got like fringed leaves for an Anubias. It's really cool.
Blue.
Can we see it or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Oh, Jorge's like, there's 3 Jeffs in chat. Empire of Dirt, I think was the
So
one that was
it's
given
this
us
one
the
right here.
Poppy folio.
No, it was called something, and it looks. I have Cophifolia. It may be like a.
It's
a
not
variant of
Barterai?
that. No, not Barterai. Barterai doesn't have.
It's hard to
like
tell
that.
with those. Your guppies want to like.
Yeah.
They're like,
Those
dude,
damn
film me.
folio.
Fuck the plant.
Dude, guppies are attention whores, man, for sure.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
and they
That's
got-
a really nice guppies.
I got
Yeah,
that
dude,
one
those
there.
are-
That's a pretty sweet.
It's
That's one
hard
of
to
the
see
Stardust.
if you message me that picture, I can try to see
Okay, yeah.
because it's hard to see from my view.
And I'd have to ask Tristan. He would know the name of it. I'm actually gonna mess. We'll get it figured out.
No, he's gone.
Yeah, Tristan and Branton are up in Wisconsin. I'm from Illinois. They got dude. There's a shitload of people in Wisconsin that are fish keeping and doing plants and stuff out there, man. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild.
There is a lot. I have a lot of customers from Illinois.
Yeah, dude. There's definitely a heavy following.
Well, there's nothing else to do there, so I don't understand. I'm kidding.
But all right. Well, we've had a bunch of people saying hi and everything in here, and I haven't shouted anyone up, shouted anyone out. Guplets is a name that I don't recognize from
Oh,
before.
that's my homie.
That is all right. That's what
Yeah,
I
he's a
thought.
good guy.
He's got to be one of your friends there, so that's cool, man.
Yeah,
Nice
he's
to
a good
see you.
guy.
Thanks to
Well,
thanks for showing up.
Guplets too. I had actually found them on YouTube, and I've been. I don't know if it's like a husband wife combo. can't remember the last time that I got a notification for one of their videos, so I don't know what's been going on there. But
Hey, Guplets, you still putting out content? Because if you are, we love shouting people out. And
yeah, because they were actually thinking about getting some of those ocean blue shrimp from me at one point.
let's see if I can get to their channel and share their
You
channel.
sell shrimp?
Yeah, yep.
All right. Maybe you can send me some, and I'll buy some from you. Well, I'm trying to figure out if this pond is shrimp worthy. As far as I don't know if my the pump is too strong, and I'm scared of them getting sucked into like the abyss. But I would love to have some shrimp in here.
Dude, and especially with selling plants and shrimp are like, that is just bread and butter, like right there, dude. Shrimp are so easy to breed, and you just put them in a tub, dude, let them go.
Yeah.
Oh my, I literally right before the stream I sold 20 red, 20 blue. I've been out of the game of selling plants and shrimp for a little while. People have been messaging me, but I just been so fucking busy. It's like hard to even like engage in the conversations, because usually it's like people have like a million questions, and you're just like, I don't know if I really want to do all this right now.
You saw the amount of questions I get a day.
And it's like you'll get 10 of those conversations for every like one or two sales.
And I feel bad because sometimes like it takes me like a day to get back to people, and then but I do it. I messaged you yesterday. I'm like, dude, I talked to 40 people today.
But yeah, I can message.
I need to breathe.
I can message you after the stream, and maybe we can work out like a trade or something.
Oh yeah, bro. Fuck yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah.
I would love it. And if I can put these shrimp, if you think they're okay, I don't know.
Where are you putting them?
In this pond? I don't know if that's gonna work.
Yeah,
I guess they.
I don't see why not.
Well, because this pump it's 1,800 gallons an hour.
As long as they're not getting sucked up in it.
They're gonna get sucked up in there. Yep. 100,
well, if they got rock tides and stuff, man, they should. Be fine.
They get to go down this waterfall.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. Maybe it's fun for them. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, you can try it. I mean, I got shrimp crawling up above the water surface all the time. So I mean, it's not like, you know,
right.
I just stuck somewhere. As long as it's moist and wet, I think they'd be okay. I
would be tempted to try.
Okay.
Because I would love some shrimp in here.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, Brandon's got some awesome freaking blues, some reds over there too, dude. He's got some freaking killer. He's got a whole fish room over there.
Yeah, these snowballs I'm working on are really cool. I started getting some of them with like a bright, like blaze white racing stripe on the back.
Oh wow, awesome!
They're actually really neat. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, I would like to maybe, you know, for a while I was thinking about maybe like breeding like, you know, 4 or 5 different species or different types. But I haven't gotten there yet. Life is hard, man. I got 2 kids, I got a wife, I got a job, and I got this.
Dude, that's actually you mentioned that was something I was going to ask. Is that is just a side gig for you? You have a main job too.
I work for a hospice company that my family owns.
Oh, wow.
So that takes up a lot of my time, and then I get home, and then you got to give your kids attention, your wife attention, and then you got to do your the work in the fish room, and then you go to bed, and then it's all over. Start all over again the next day. And sometimes like you just want to take a little break. But when you sell, like I sell a lot of plants, and then I it's hard for me to take breaks sometimes because I feel bad like every time I don't answer someone's question, and I'm very friendly. So people they're ask me a million questions, and it's cool, and I love it. So I love helping, and but it takes up a lot of your time, man. And sometimes people don't realize how much time it takes. So it's not that easy, but it's fun.
Yeah, I can relate to that because there was a while where I was trying to push some stuff on Facebook, and it got to the point where, I just got so frustrated, like having to walk people through everything, that I just kind of said that market wasn't for me anyways.
It's very hard, and as much as I love, when I first started in the hobby, at least in the in the freshwater, um, there's a lot of assholes in this hobby, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
people that don't want to help you for whatever reason. I don't know why, because if you sell plants, the more people you have buying plants, the better you're off.
Mm.
But regardless of that fact, I like to help people, and I've met 3 or 4 really good people that help me out. Like I was fucking annoying. Like I would message them all the fucking time, and they'd be like, "Google it," and I'm like, "I don't believe Google. I don't believe Google. I know you, and I
Yeah.
know your shit's nice, so you're my Google."
Uh-huh.
And they were like, "Fuck, nah, okay, I gotta help this dude." And then I was like, that's how I kind of started. I was like, I'm a nice dude. I like helping people. I'll start selling plants and helping people, and that's what I try to do. And anybody that knows me knows that even at 2 o'clock in the morning, sometimes you can message me, and I'm there like, okay, let's see what you got. What's the problem? This and that. Okay, let's try this. Let's try that. And this fucking guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not your Google. and don't go- and then you start helping people, and it's nice, but it's taxing sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
It's
And
hard.
that might have come off the wrong way. I guess what I meant to say with like a lot of the people that you encounter on Facebook is just from a selling perspective, like all that time wasted, and then you go to meet the people and they don't show up, or I don't. There was just so many complications involved with that.
It happens a
platform.
lot. I'll tell you
Yeah,
one of my pet peeves with selling plants is and it's funny because I love selling to newbies because I like to help them, but sometimes the people that don't know shit are the ones that want to tell you the shit, so
Yeah.
they'll get what I'm saying? So they'll get a plant. No, I swear, this is fucking crazy. So they don't know anything. They're asking me a million fucking questions, and then they get a plant in the mail, and there's one yellow leaf, and they're like, "Dude, Chichi, my plant's dead." Oh my god, my plant's dead. You have to replace the plant. You have to replace the plant. I'm like, no, bro, the plant's not dead. It's just that one leaf. It's cosmetic. Just cut the leaf. And then now they think that I don't want to replace the plant,
Uh-huh.
And then I'm having these conversations with these people, and this is like an hour of my time. Like, brother, I promise you. And I sometimes have to tell these people, like, I had one lady where I was like, listen, in 2 weeks, if those plants are dead, I will replace your whole fucking order. She's like, well, okay, well, you're trying to scam me. I'm like, nope. Let me know. The lady actually, which I give her major props, actually called me and was like, you're right, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. My plants look beautiful. I'm like, okay, you got to trust the product. You got to trust a little bit. You
Yeah.
don't get to
That-
Facebook and have a million great reviews without knowing what you're
Yeah.
talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes, and I get it. People don't want to spend the money, and then they spend the money, and then they're expecting this like bouquet of beautifulness. But people have to understand that these are living things, and weather, fucking USPS delays, all that stuff affects how the plant comes in. But once the plant comes in, you can look at it and be like, okay, I have a yellow leaf. Okay, I cut this. But if it's nice and firm, I promise you, that plant's going to do fine.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one. If I have to complain about something, that's one of my number one complaints.
Now,
Yeah,
do
I
you-
felt like you needed a little bit of venting there, man. That was.
Oh man, bro, I could go on fucking night. I can
Now,
go all
you-
fucking night
you-
about that.
you getting plants in all the time, it kind of made a good segue into something I wanted to ask you about. What's your experience with the Nubius rot?
Oh,
I haven't had it,
You
but I
haven't
heard
had
about it. I
Okay.
haven't had it, but I don't know if that rod is the same immersed and
I-
submerged.
that's what I was
Mhm.
gonna ask. If it was like underwater specific, or if
Right,
it's like,
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
because I'm
I-
thinking it's specifically to underwater.
If it is,
in my experience.
If it is, I couldn't tell you, man. I honestly,
Okay.
I don't grow that much anymore underwater. So I don't have that much experience in that to me that's new. I've heard about it. I've had some people tell me that every fucking Anubias they put in there dies immediately. And that's what they think it is. And these are experienced people. This is not just like some dude that just bought Anubias. This is like people that know what they're doing for the most part. So I tend to believe that it's probably something like that. But from what I hear, man, once you have it in your tank, it's fucked.
Yeah, because there's been some that I've Anubias that I've gotten in that I know is immerse grown, and I submerge it, and it's pretty standard for like some of the bigger leaves and stuff to die back, and then it kind of grows back.
Yep.
But there's definitely been times where I've had the whole rhizome and shit just completely rot away in like the matter of a week, and I was just curious, I
Well,
guess if there's any preventative for that. What it
No,
would be.
there's no. From what I've read and what I've heard, there's no cure to it. There's no chemical that can fix it. There's nothing to fix it. But honestly, if it came immersed and you brought it in and it died, and you're an experienced, aquarium guy, it could be where you got it from. Sometimes people buy stuff on sale, and I'm not saying you, but a lot of people buy like stuff that is just cheap, and if you're not buying high quality plants, you're kind of already behind the 8 ball.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna get a beer. I'm gonna show you some other I got a few other paludariums. I'll show it to you.
Oh, really? All right, for sure.
Yeah. This was a really beautiful setup. I don't know how to stick things into videos to show you, but I can privately message you what I had in here. This is gonna be my next setup. It's a 92-gallon custom tank. And then this is one of my favorite guys that I have. And this is my favorite plant I own.
What is that?
That's a Labesia butterfly. It's a fucking amazing. And there's a little partner there who's also like right there, my second favorite. And then I have
that big one on top there. That kind of reminds me of like an elongated rubber plant.
It is amazing. And then these are my guys right here, bro. I'm a big Canes fan, so every animal I buy is either orange or green. And these are my marble newts. Hold on.
Oh, you got some newts?
Yeah, bro. Hold on. Let me see. My wife will help me. She eats the shit. Nicole, hey. Oh, she hates me, so hold on. Hey, will you hold this light up for me?
Are you coming with me
Where?
to Broncos?
Yeah, man. Give me a second. Let me finish
I'm
it.
just asking.
Okay, put the light up.
I was just asking. Ew.
You see?
Dude.
I'm gonna bring him into the garage because this lighting sucks.
So cute. Oh my god.
This guy is fucking amazing. This guy's awesome. Really thing.
Dude, that is beautiful.
And it's got I don't know if you can see it in the video probably, but he's got an orange stripe down the middle.
Yeah, I can see it a bit. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you Google him, if you like lizards and newts and stuff like that, if you Google marble newt, you'll see some really cool pictures of them on the internet.
We had a dude named Salamander Wilds on.
Yeah.
Like a month and a half ago. He's like a biologist, basically a biologist that goes and studies like newt breeding habitats in New Jersey or whatever. Fucking.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was really, really cool to learn about. But he was actually almost a little bit over my head, man. He was so educated. Like he was. he really
that was a fun one.
It was, dude. It was.
That's awesome, man. Like we get some we have a house. Well, I don't, but my mother-in-law has a house in Georgia, and we go there often. If you follow my page, you'll see I always post all the moss collections and stuff like that. And there's some newts there and some salamanders there that I see them. I never grab them because I don't know like their care or anything, so I just leave them alone. But they're really pretty. I have this other tank too. Let me show you this guy. I'm gonna get yelled at by the dark frog community, but it's only temporary for now. But
you mixing frogs in there?
yeah, bro, because I have no
man.
I know, dude. I'm gonna get yelled at, but I'll tell you the story. So when I moved here, this was one of their cages, and I just haven't had the time to put it back together. It was too heavy to move the way it was.
That's a tall boy.
It's awesome, bro. I got this on OfferUp with a stand and everything. I think it was $150. It's never been used. 60 gallon cube.
Damn.
So I got these guys here. Let's see if I can. This is my other little setup. I don't know. It's probably hard to see.
Sorry.
But these are my dudes right there. And then I got some other ones that shouldn't be in there. But it was either that or keep them in the bin for longer. And I felt really bad keeping them in a tiny bin. So I just put them in here for now. And so I had that set up. That was a super nice paludarium, which also the Dark Frog people will yell at me about. But somehow,
it's funny. It's funny how every community's got like that.
so
One
those people are
thing
fucking
that,
crazy, bro.
that like you're not supposed to do, and they're just like,
No, those motherfuckers are crazy. They're worse than the beta people, or better, however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Those guys are fucking nuts, dude. I had like, you know, most people's creatures are in like smaller enclosures. I have like these big ass enclosures. I go like 3 times whatever the recommended amount is. So I have a little bit of water feature, and they're like, "Oh my god, the thing's gonna drown. It's gonna drown." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" Because I've had these motherfuckers for a year, and not one motherfucker has drowned. Nothing has ever happened to them. But somehow, you know, when they jump in the water, which is rare for them to jump in the water, somehow, this is gonna be crazy. They don't say, "Oh my god, I fell in the water. My life is over. I'm just gonna sit here and drown." They literally swim and jump out. It's crazy. I know it's crazy.
yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Who would've
But
guessed?
it's fucking nuts. I know. I saw
everything
when it first fell in the
typically
water, I was
wants
like,
to
"Oh,
float.
this guy's fucked." Huh?
I was gonna say everything typically wants to float when you throw it in the water, unless it's a rock.
You know, most things want to live. They want to live. So
Yeah.
I even put like little stone islands. So in case the guy fell, all he had to do was swim 2 inches.
Uh-huh.
So to jump from, you know, get on the rock and jump out. And I had to stop posting pictures of videos of it. So I had all these really cool like setups, and I was like, just fuck these people. I can't put them. I can't post these things without getting berated by all these people that go with you know what you know, a lot of these people, like, they just
Yeah.
they read shit and then they spew it out.
Dude,
It's
that's
not experience. It's not experience. It's just, this is what I read and this is the facts. You know. So you're like, okay, well, then you have to deal with these people. So I don't post anymore. So,
dude, that's the one I have like one pet peeve when it comes to selling plants. And if I get this question, I already know I'm like, I honestly don't want to deal with this. Do you have snails in your tanks? And I'm just like,
Oh yeah.
God, just
yes,
go away.
bro.
Just go away.
Yes. Yes, there's fucking snails in
Yeah,
tanks,
I
dude.
got fucking
You know,
snails, man. I don't know what
it's super easy. Don't overfeed your fucking tank, and you won't have a snail fucking problem.
Yeah, no,
Snails are
or
the
just-
best.
Or just keep the plant in a fucking cup for a week and
or
pick
that.
the snails out
Or
of
buy-
the thing. I
yeah.
mean, what?
Or buy a fucking loach. Buy a fucking loach. Buy a yo-yo loach, and you're fucking done. That's it. They eat all the snails. You're good. But to be honest, like, snails are like really great for your tanks. And people are
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, the pond snails," and I'm like, dude, just don't overfeed. If the snails, you know, when you're overfeeding your tank, the snails will tell you. When you have 4,000 snails, that means, sorry, I'm getting beer. That means that you're overfeeding it because you want to see your little fishies eat.
Yeah,
But the fish don't want to eat 4,000 pounds, man. They're not Americans. You know, they're not going to eat all the McDonald's. So you're trying to feed them, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
just you know, there's not a lot of common sense sometimes in things, and I don't know. That's just me. I get crazy mad sometimes
Yeah.
because people
Yeah,
ask me the same thing. But I grow, you know, like I tell them, I go, look, I sell everything. Oh, I'll tell you a great story. So I sold some plants to this person. I forgot who it was, and within 2 weeks later, they're like, you fucking sold me snails. And I'm like, oh, really? That's weird. And they're like, yeah, my tank's now littered in fucking snails. I'm like, oh, well, that's weird because I saw all my plants are mostly immersed, so that's fucking impossible. So, you know, maybe you can figure something else out. And they're like, no, you it was you. I'm like, okay. You know, so it's you know, it's a little crazy, man, sometimes. When you sell stuff and you got to deal with people, sometimes it's a little nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think this is a good point too. Big Steve is he says, or don't be a cheap ass and buy tissue cultures. Like, be realistic. Like, that is, if you're gonna get
if
plants from
if you're-
somebody and you're getting a good deal, it's not going to be 100% exactly. You know, like there's going to be some sort of, I don't know. whatever.
There is no man. It's called nature.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Snails live in the thing. It's look, anybody that's selling you plants growing in water that tell you there's no snails is a fucking liar.
There'll probably
It
be
is.
some algae attached to it too that might not even be
100%,
appearing
100,000%.
in their tanks. And then when it
That's
goes to
the other
yours,
thing
you got
I
different
never
chemistry and it pops up. Like
Yeah, people like they'll say their plants are algae free. It's like, what is that? What
It's
does that
not. They're
even
not.
mean?
There's nothing
No,
algae.
I don't
There's
even
no
understand
There's
that.
no nature algae free shit. That doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You're a
Dude.
liar.
check this out. This is a water bottle.
Right.
Spray bottle.
Look at all that algae.
You like that?
Yeah,
That's not algae free.
I never
He-
understood that.
And he tried to sell me water out of that shit, telling me it was algae free.
Yeah.
No, man. Like, look, it's nature. There's algae. There's nobody that owns a tank that doesn't have algae. Yeah, sure. You don't want to buy a plant covered in BBA. I get that. But
Yeah.
for you to think that you're gonna get some like magical plant from Avatar without algae or some type of like, I don't call them pests. And also the one thing about tissue culture that people have to also understand is not every species is great with tissue culture. For example, Busphalandra sucks. Tissue culture for Busphalandra sucks. You're not gonna get the same coloring as the natural boost. Some plants, for example, Anubias, which I used to sell till I couldn't grow it anymore. I stopped selling it. What was the name of it called? White rose. That does not grow. You cannot grow it. If anybody out there can grow it and show me a picture of it that's months in your tank, I would really like to see it because I have tried a gazillion different ways, and I know a lot of people that are super into the hobby, and we've had discussions about it. And no one seems to be able to grow it. So that's another plant that I discontinued it.
I've seen that at swaps, and yeah, I always wondered. I mean, how are you going to grow an all white plant? It just
I don't know, but I don't know how to get it.
White rose?
It's called white rose. Yeah, it's really pretty. It's a small, like, it looks like a micro nano petite, but it's white.
Oh wow! All right.
Fully white.
So it looks like a
Yeah,
in
and
the
they
plate of it, it looks
managed
like a
somehow
plate
to
of
grow it
mashed
in
potatoes.
tissue culture. If you go on my website right now it's down, but if you go on my website, it's probably still there, it's sold out. I don't sell it anymore because I don't want to sell something that if I can't grow it, I don't think most people can grow it.
yeah.
So I just rather not sell it. It's not worth them. It's not worth the I feel like I'm frauding them or whatever.
His name of Pinto, and it's growing. Oh, nice.
Pinto's fine. Pinto grows fine.
Yeah.
Like I showed earlier, these are my whites, and they do perfectly fine. And they're all white. Not all white,
June,
but
I feel you.
Mhm.
June's
Yeah,
like,
that-
there's a lot of plants the fish fam can grow, but not me. Yeah, we
that
do have some
boost-
really.
well,
What's up?
That Boost Marble APC
What?
I have, for as much white as it has, I'm actually surprised it's doing as well as it is.
well, the nano whites that I sell, I grow them, and I have never had a problem. And they're almost fully white. They're like a Pinto on steroids, I guess you would say. So they kind of have the same marbling as Pinto a little bit, but it's mostly white.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Cam?
But oh shit. So we didn't discuss this ahead of time because I totally forgot. I don't know how long you are free for. We go from anywhere from like an hour to like 2 hours, man. I don't want to hold you up if you are busy, but I do want to just let you know that yeah. So that's up to you. That's up to you.
No, whenever you guys kick me out.
Okay, for sure. Because I
Maybe
forgot.
like another half hour. I'm sure my wife wants to go get a drink. So,
Oh, for sure.
That
Yeah,
work?
let's go. We'll go for how about till like 1:30 or whatever, and we'll take off here.
So now are you just doing plants? Are you into the fish as well?
No,
No.
I am. I'm very lazy, so
Mhm.
I don't keep any type of animals that are like breeding fish is a pain in the ass. Breeding fish is tough. So so I don't deal with that. I'm trying to maybe get into some shrimp because that's not that difficult. But I try to be as realistic as possible because I like to give people quality. And if I'm gonna start breeding fish and I don't think I have the time for it, I don't want to sell stuff that I wouldn't want to buy. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember you I got this comment was freaking hilarious. But I also remember you mentioning that you wanted to shout out one of your buddies. Was that
Oh,
Gulper?
yeah.
Or there
Let me
was
get
somebody else, right?
Where's Paul? There he is, Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
This is the man right here.
What's up, man? How are you?
You can shout out your social media on there.
What's up,
Oh.
Paul?
Right, I guess you can follow us on like the Bioactive. The Bioactive, we have a little Instagram thing going on there, and we're trying to showcase a lot of like the builds that we can do. You know, different terrarium styles for different animals. You know, I personally work at a reptile shop. You know, partly.
What's it called so I can get it? The link.
It's called the Bioactive.
The
So on
Bioactive.
Instagram, it's the_Bioactive.
Gotcha. Oh, found it.
And they're
dude, you got some cool stuff in here. All right, no, for sure.
You could follow the terrarium stuff that we do there. We also do isopods and we breed isopods and stuff like spring.
Dude, is that all? Are those your photos?
He must have hit mute.
Hey, you hit mute.
Can you not hear me?
Oh yeah,
There we go.
There we go. All right.
Yeah.
Are those your photos?
Just phone call. What's that?
Are those your photos, man? You got some good photos in here.
Yeah. I did a couple of photo stuff there in a light box with some animals. I don't know if you heard before.
Dude.
I work at a reptile shop called Miami Reptile Company. Aside from what I normally do, and you know, I do a lot of terrarium work for him and stuff like that, and we do a lot of pictures for reptiles, and so that's kind of like my background, and that's why I built.
Ah, damn it. Sound again.
Sorry.
No, it's okay, man. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
it keeps cutting in and out.
That happens.
But yeah,
Yeah, I recently.
I don't know what
just
you
got
heard.
Some. I recently just got some aquatic isopods, and those guys are really cool. I don't know.
Oh, right on. That's cool.
I don't know how they stack up against the terrestrial pods, but these aquatic ones are super neat.
That is cool. I've actually never tried to even keep those.
Okay.
This picture is so cool.
The mantis.
Yeah, dude, the mantis on your hand. Oh man.
I kept that mantis for a little while, for about a year. They don't last that long, so
No,
you know.
they don't.
No, they don't last long at all. But it's cool to have. It's cool to have in a little terrarium.
Very cool. Very cool.
But yeah,
All right. So you're mainly just showing. Sorry, because I was looking up your page through half of what you're saying there. Do you sell stuff as well, or are you mainly just a builder and showing off stuff that you're doing?
Yeah. I mainly do a lot of builds, and I also do sell the isopods. I'm going to start posting a lot more stuff for the isopods and the springtails, just so that goes gets back into that page because nobody sees that yet. Nobody's seeing that yet. So I've been able to like breed these isopods prolifically now, so I'm able to go ahead and start marketing some. Yeah, we plan to add some into this paludarium to see how it goes, but you know, they might fall into the water or whatever, but you know, it's fish food at the end of the day.
Yeah, I got to get another set of isopods because I have a 20 long terrarium right here and a 10-gallon terrarium right there, and I have an anole, and the anole was in this 10-gallon, and I'm pretty sure he snacked on some of the isopods I had in there because I don't see
I'm sure
anymore.
I'm sure
So
they
I
do.
gotta repopulate.
They that's good for them though, you know. They
Yeah,
get
oh
that
yeah, no, I
calcium.
think it was a Richmond. I think he like probably hunted them down and stuff. Definitely.
For sure they did. That's always good to have in there.
But yeah, it aerates the soils too, and it's good to have. Especially there's a few other species that actually dig, and those are really good because they aerate the soil.
Hmm.
So there's different types of isopods that you can get for your terrariums that work
Yeah.
really well.
The dairy cows, I think, are what I had. Dairy cow.
Those are huge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
get
No,
big.
they were. I was kind of blown away because like you see pictures of them, and I mean, like it's not like cockroach big, but I mean they're like, they're
They get
some
big, yeah.
beefy-
It's
beefy
really cool to
roly-polies.
see. Yeah, it's really cool to see. They actually don't roll though.
No, they
dairy
don't.
cows never roll. You know
I
what
was-
do roll? The Kuberis SPs. Those roll a lot. Those are
Oh,
the rubber duckies.
Yeah,
Really?
those
Those
are the ones
roll.
I like, the rubber duckies.
Yeah, those roll.
hold on. What? That's you said Culveris?
Kuberis SP is the Kuberis SP. So if you look up Kuberis SP, you'll see they look like little rubber duckies. The armadillidiums usually roll too.
Yeah, I need to get some rollies. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Gotta
they're
get
fun.
some-
Once you get into them, it's kind of addicting. So just like plants, it's gonna get addictive.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're super easy to take care of. You just got to give them a dry side and a wet side, and you feed them some fish food, and you're golden. That's all you need.
Oh, for sure.
It's really easy.
So what's the importance of the wet side and the dry side?
So that way they have I guess they can pick wherever they want to go. You know, they have their own
Okay.
So they're
preference.
not
and
just
climate.
stuck in dry or just stuck in wet. They can
Right.
regulate
It's best to
it.
give them
Like
best of both
temperature.
worlds.
Gotcha.
So what I like to do is I put like a lot of sphagnum moss on one side, and then I kind of build it up all the way to the other ends in soil, organic soil with some peat moss. They like peat or coconut, like coconut fiber, I guess.
Yep.
And then also I put worm castings in it, so that way the enrichment of the soil is really good for them. So those are just little tips on how to keep those.
I've been thinking about adding worms to my terrariums lately.
Yeah, I
have-
was curious.
I don't
was
see why
curious
not.
If you could add something like white worms or something like that, because
you could
because I
possibly,
keep,
yeah.
because I keep my white worms, fairly moist all the time.
Yeah, I'm not, now I'm like really. Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, that might work. Aerating the soil. I think it might get into like if you have like a, what do you call it, a drainage layer, they might get into there.
Yeah,
But whatever.
that's true.
Yeah, you got to screen it up pretty good.
What's this here? Armadillium gastroi.
Yeah, the armadillidiums. Those are cool.
Armadillidium. Oh my god.
Armadillidium. I think I actually might bring those for here. Sure. Yeah, that would look awesome. They'll go into like the soil beds over there. Yeah, whatever falls in the water. Yeah, that's the only thing. It'll be done. But they breed fast enough there, so it should be okay.
But all right. So how about we I said we kind of wrap it up. We've had a pretty good stream. I think we covered a lot of what we wanted to cover and everything. Is there anything else I guess last minute that either of you guys want to shout out? Is there anything that you want to let people know about, and then we'll wrap up and let you guys get on with your day.
Yeah, I always tell people don't be scared to experiment with stuff. Don't always listen to what everybody says. Try things. You're gonna fail.
Mhm.
I fail all the time. But eventually you're gonna start figuring things out, and then it's gonna be a lot easier for you. So if I have to give some advice, that's the advice I usually give people.
Yeah,
And
I
I
agree
think
with that
that's-
100%.
Yeah, no, that is like the golden rule in animal keeping, aquarium keeping.
I think in pretty much anything in your life. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah, I mean,
and
there's
life,
If you don't
there's
try,
always-
if you don't try
there's
shit,
always,
you never know.
Yeah, there's always a starting point, which is where research comes in nice. But yeah, until you get in there and do it yourself, I mean, you really don't.
Yeah, you don't know.
understand, For
Experience.
one, what that's even telling you, and then yeah, I mean, you know, I mean that's how people, I guess, got that research to begin with, is they just did it. So
Yep,
Yeah, dude.
100%.
First people that kept aquariums had no
Yeah.
fucking clue what they were doing,
No
and they just
clue.
started
Yeah.
doing shit.
No clue. Imagine the first person that didn't know about cycling.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And they're just like, I'm just gonna put water in a box, and then everything was dying, and they're like, this isn't working, gave up. You know, so you keep trying and keep trying different things, and eventually you start figuring stuff out. And I mean, that's what I did. You listen to your people, you do your research, but nothing is better than doing it on your, doing stuff yourself and trying to figure out stuff.
Mhm.
yep. No replacement for experience. That's for
Yeah.
sure. I got to shout this guy out real quick here because we just got a super chat. Any fish will do. Thank you very much for the $10 super chat. That is
Nice.
awesome. I super appreciate that. Always goes into making the channel better. That's how we got this 33 long here, was through super chats and all that stuff.
Oh,
I
really? I didn't. Oh, you guys take
Cool.
donations? How about I donate some plants over to you guys?
Oh,
Hell yeah.
I'll never say no to that, man. I
Okay.
love
Yeah.
me some plants.
After the show, reach out to me, and I'm gonna send you a shitload of boost.
Oh my god, hell yeah, dude. That
Yeah,
would be
I'll send you some shrimp too.
that would be
Perfect.
fantastic, dude. Thank
And
you,
when I
man.
get the shrimp, I'll do like an opening and shout out you guys and
Yeah.
all that shit.
Oh hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
man. Sweet.
We'll wait
Thank
for the
you.
shrimp to make the video then. We should. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna be making a nice video out of all this.
Yeah, this whole thing, there's gonna be a whole like progression video from the start of like when I first got the pond till now. And I want to show one last time the pond because I love this thing and I'm super proud
Yeah.
of it. So I'm gonna show off a little bit.
Yeah,
Let
dude,
me
do
see
it.
how you can see it.
And then where are we gonna be able to see that video before I forget to ask?
Oh, on my Facebook and my
On your
Instagram. I'm mostly on Facebook because I find it to be more interactive and I can see other people's stuff when they're asking me questions and I need pictures. And Instagram's more like showboating, I guess. But you can reach out to me on either one. I'm always available. And if you guys have any questions about anything, don't be shy. Just contact me. I'm happy to help.
Cool.
And all this wood, by the way, was donated by Paul. He collected all this shit in the Everglades. Well, not in the Everglades, but in by the Everglades. And he hauled all that shit himself. So major props to that guy. Because if not, I would not be able to afford. Oh, dude, he's a Florida man. That guy's
He braved the Everglades for that.
I went snake hunting with him one night. It was pretty cool. So we're gonna do that again. I think in a couple weeks, right? Yeah. And then I'll video that as well and send and post videos on that. But if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to afford the amount of wood that we have in here. I mean, there's probably $1,000 of wood in here.
Yeah. Oh, driftwood ain't cheap, man. That's for sure.
No, it ain't, bro.
It ain't cheap.
It ain't.
For finding it, you definitely gotta take advantage of that.
Yes, sir. So I appreciate
and having
it.
a Paul to go get it is awesome.
Everybody out there should find a Paul.
Y'all need a Paul.
Find yourself a Paul. You're straight.
I love it, man. I love it.
Well,
And then,
thank you for your time, guys, man. I hope you guys follow my Facebook. If you're sensitive and you complain a lot, don't bother. Don't bother, please.
I was gonna say, don't be scared away because you met Marcos here, so you know he's a good guy. He's got a rowdy sense of humor.
I have a very, very dark sense of humor.
Yeah, and see, I enjoy that. So
I'm gonna tell you one story, and I told you this story earlier, like a few weeks ago. I post whatever the fuck I like, whether it's about aquariums, terrariums, my mom, I don't care. Whatever it's on my mind, I post it. It's not like most Facebook pages or Instagram pages. So the one time, my wife and I got a cat. I'm not a cat guy, but whatever. I posted a fucking picture of the cat. And I swear I had some lady message me telling me, she's like, well, you're you're an aquarium guy. You shouldn't be posting pictures of cats. How about we have more aquarium content? So that whole fucking week was all cats on my on my page. So
Hell
you
yeah.
know, if stuff like that is gonna bother you, follow Boost Plants. You can follow them.
Yeah.
But I like to fuck around. I think one of my pet peeves in this hobby is that people take this hobby way too seriously. It's meant to be enjoyed, and if you can't fuck around a little bit, then you're probably doing it wrong.
No, I agree, man. I agree. Life should be more about having fun,
100%.
enjoying shit,
Yeah.
and
It's too
fucking
short. It's too short to be pissed.
damn straight, dude. Damn
Yep.
straight. And I think that is that's a great note to end on. Also, we got to shout out our friend Jody P. She just gifted 10 Outside and Aquatics memberships.
Bro, the fuck
always
is
a
this,
great way
Dan?
to,
I'm doing the wrong shit. You guys already got donations going on. Look,
dude. Hey,
I'm in the
I'm
wrong
gonna tell
business.
you what. YouTube is the lowest paying job you will ever get because it is the
Yeah.
most work for the least amount of money you will ever get.
I know. I'm
With the
fucking with you guys.
community.
That's awesome. I
The
like when people do
community.
that, man.
We got
That's
another
awesome.
We got another round of 10 from our buddy Jeff Kane there. But no, the community is what makes it great, man.
That's
It's
Jeff. Does Jeff
streams like
feels
this.
guilty about that disinformation he gave us?
He did. He
Yeah.
does.
now he's donating money.
I love it. Love it, man.
Well, I
By the
love you
way,
guys.
When,
Yeah,
we,
what?
when we end this, if you want to stay in, we can actually kind of say our goodbyes backstage.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So let's we'll hop off here. We'll talk in the back stream real
Oh,
quick.
Jody
here,
just
and then,
sent 10 more.
Jesus Christ, Jody. You are the best, Jody. Jesus.
I think
Jody,
they're trying.
Jody,
They're trying
join
to
my
get Guplets a membership.
Jody, join my Facebook. I'm open for donations as well.
Oh my God. All right. Hey, all of you guys out there, much love. Thanks for showing up. And we'll see you Wednesday. I should have some trading cards loaded up on that website for pre-sale. So you guys won't miss out on that drop, but we'll talk about that Wednesday. All right. Catch y'all later.
Thank you guys.
Later.
Thank you.
All right.